What's up guys, Jeff Cavalier, ATHLEAN-X.com. So do you have non-responding lats? Meaning no matter how hard you train them or how much knowledge you apply to training them, they just don't really respond to what you're doing. They don't grow. They certainly aren't getting wider or giving you that V-shaped taper. I'm going to show you today how to attack that to get even the most stubborn, non-responding lats to respond to what it is that you do. And we're going to start by looking at one of the most important exercises because it's going to underscore both the points that you want to make sure you're looking for in all of your exercises, and most importantly when you're doing this one, because this is a staple exercise for your back workout, but you got to get it right. It's the one-arm dumbbell row. And here I like it because you can overload a single side, one versus the other, expose any imbalances that you might have. And secondly, as I said, you can overload. You can grab a pretty damn heavy dumbbell here to apply this stress to your muscle to actually make sure it is going to grow and respond. But you got to make sure you're doing it right. The elbow position is the first thing you want to make sure you have nailed down. If you're allowing your elbow to drift out to the side like I am here, guess what? You're not really working your lats. And again, we're talking about non-responding lats, not a non-responding back. You might have adequate thickness in your back and development, but you don't have the width. And if you want the width, you're going to have to attack the lats. So you can't allow your arm to drift out, which is going to attack more of the posterior delt, the rhomboids, the traps. Instead, you want it to be pinned into your side as I'm showing you here. That is going to help you to start targeting the lats much more because you have the adduction right here at your upper arm into your side. That's key. Now, there's a second part of this problem though, because I actually perform mine the way you're seeing here, and that gives me an adequate balance between lat development and lat and mid-back thickness. However, look at what's happening when I do this, and a lot of people do this, I see this all the time. They start pulling too much with their bicep because they're either trying to handle a weight that they can't handle, in which case they're looking for additional help from the bicep, or they're just doing it wrong in the first place. You want to minimize the bicep contribution if, again, you're trying to get that non-responding lat to finally respond. So you don't want to pull up here. As a matter of fact, you want to do what I'm showing you here. And this is specifically for those that really have a hard time getting those lats to grow. You want to veer away from the standard way that you do this exercise as I showed you before and start doing this. Here you're trying to get more of a pendulum arcing motion going with the row, and more importantly, look at the contribution of the bicep. It's literally almost nothing because I'm not really bending at the elbow. Instead, what I'm trying to mimic, as this should look very familiar to a lot of you, especially those that know how much I like the next exercise, it should mimic a straight arm push down. The straight arm push down has the ability to get into extension behind the body and also has that adduction, that elbow pinned into the side. So we can apply the same techniques to a one-arm row where now we're really trying to eliminate bicep contribution, keep the elbow out of it, and drive your arm back behind your body while keeping it nice and tucked into your side. This is going to hit those lats, and this is going to get those lats to finally grow. If you have this stubborn problem, guys, believe me, you're not alone, and it may not be limited to just the lats. It might be your biceps, it might be your shoulders, it might be your legs, it could be your calves. People struggle with all different muscle groups. The key is you got to train them the right way, and then you can expect them to start responding to what it is you're trying to get them to do in the first place. If you found this video helpful, guys, make sure you leave your comments and thumbs up below. Whatever other non-responder muscles you're struggling with, make sure you let me know those too, and I'll try to cover them in a future video. And for those of you that are looking for complete workouts to really target these non-responder areas, we actually have done those. We've created the TNT series. They're over at ATHLEAN-X.com. And the cool part is they integrate directly with the ATHLEAN-X training system. So you follow the program and you plug in the things that actually you struggle the most with to allow you to get more out of your specific needs. Those are all over at ATHLEAN-X.com. In the meantime, I'll see you guys back here in a few days. Let me know again what you want to see, and I'll do my best to do that. All right, guys, I'll see you later.